So what a week for the soccer team as they are now 4-0 on the year after defeating two top 20 teams in the state of number 9 Kearney and number 7 Robbinsville as the football team falls in dramatic fashion to Delbarton in overtime. We're going to give you the full recap of that one, plus reveal our first Marauder of the Week winner and also the nominees for next week's award. So let's talk prep athletics.
Floater too strong. Rebound tapped around. The three to win the game. No good. And Prep survived. The Marauders have won their first sectional championship since 2014. Is in the air to right field. Going back is in front of rehab. He makes the play. And St. Peter's Prep reclaims its glory on the diamond. The Marauders are your 2023 Hudson County 2010.
With 9, with 8, with 7, Sargent, score!
With 35 seconds left, can the Marauders stay on side? Yes, they can! St. Peter's has won it! In the gun, they'll give it to Giles, makes the first man miss, into the end zone, touchdown!
On to episode number 123, sponsored by all the good friends who support us on Patreon for all of our updates. And again, we want to thank everyone. We have a lucky 14 people so far. 14 people for Patreon, including Dominic Delafive, Pete Spirak, and Christine Davis. So we want to have your support of the program by signing up today at patreon.com/State of the Marauders. Only $2 a month. And you even get a full 7-day free trial once you sign up. Again, live updates on your phone for any game or match you're covering, the podcast in video form, right to your form. You get this before everybody else does, which is fantastic. And much, much more. So again, sign up today at patreon.com/State of the Marauders. Hello, everyone. I'm Renato Rodrigues of the class of 2010, alongside not Justin Pennick. No Justin Pennick this week. He was out in Bergen Catholic. He's getting ready for the Giants on today's episode. We're on Sunday recording, but we got our good friends Ben Novosyolok and Jackson Briamonte of the State of Marauder Sports Reporters Club. So, fellas, how we doing today? Ben, you go first.
Doing pretty well. Pretty good day. We'll talk about what happened yesterday, but overall, I think it was a very solid week in prep sports. So excited.
Jackson.
Yeah, I'm feeling good. It's Sunday, so football's on. Soccer's doing great. Football hurts a little bit, but overall, good week. Just happy to be on the show today.
So we got a lot to talk about in today's episode. And usually, guys, we start off the podcast by talking about football because, football is usually the main thing around these parts. But, no. Time out. We're going to talk about soccer. We're going to talk about soccer to start off because they have made a statement in pretty much this first week and a half of action, ladies and gentlemen. They've had a great week overall. They became a ranked team in the state for the first time since 2019. They had three huge games on the docket this week. As first, they took on number 9 at the time, ranked Kearney at Caden Point. Epic battle as always between these two bitter rivals in Hudson County. Would go the distance. Literally took 99 minutes to be exact. It's only 100 possible minutes in soccer with overtime. This one took 99 minutes. So let's see how that game ended up.
He addresses the ball in towards goal, and there's Yanez on the far post to rise above everybody else and come up with the stop and have a booming punt downfield that Kearney will touch first as Prep tries to control with 35 seconds left. Can the Marauders stay on side? Yes, they can. St. Peter's has won it against Kearney with 30 seconds left. How How about that finish?
Wow.
The save from Yanez.
Wow.
The clearance. And the Marauders win with 30 seconds left in double overtime. The freshman wins it for St. Peter's.
Philip Sayuro, the overtime hero for the Marauders.
I mean, guys. I mean, what an epic way. The freshman Philip Sayuro to win it? What? Come on now. Come on.
Yeah, that game, I remember I was looking up on your Instagram updates. I'm like, okay, it's tied at the end of the first half. Oh, okay, it's going into overtime. And then we're going to like a second overtime. I'm like, okay, I should actually turn this game on. I want to see how this goes. And then I see the goal, and that was just crazy. Originally, I thought that might have been offside, but then looking at
Clean, baby.
No. Originally, I thought it was offside just because of the camera angle. It panned away from Philip Sayuro, and then it panned right back, and then it shows him on a clear break. So I didn't exactly see the run that he made, but looking back at it, no, it was very clean. It was very clean, and what a goal! What a game! What a game!
Yeah, I mean, it was a great game, great win. Obviously, it's a pretty big rivalry between us and Kearney. And the fact that we had a freshman go out there and score the game-winning goal, I think that says a lot. Philip Sayuro is off to a great start to the season, as much as other players on this team are. But just I think the fact that he's coming in as a freshman, very new to the team, and he's doing what he's doing is just great. It's great for the Marauders to look to the future as with this player, and they've just started off bang with a very good statement to start the season.
I mean, he has 3 goals and assists so far for his freshman campaign. I mean, he's done an unbelievable job. He had goals in 3 consecutive games before the matchup against Memorial yesterday. But Simon Yanez, nobody really talks about Simon Yanez, but he had 10 saves in the matchup against Kearney. He had some big saves, including that last one right before the goal happened. Crosses the box. Those crosses are dangerous at times. He's able to jump the route, get the ball in the air, and able to start that fast break opportunity for the Marauders. So he's been sensational in this one. Kearney, they had the possession, back and forth action. Marauders are winning that one. Then they're going right next day, taking on Robbinsville, a team South Jersey. We don't see that much. I don't think they ever played them in history, but they were number 7 in the NG.com top 20 coming into this matchup. So this is big-time soccer, big league, going all the way down an hour and a half near Trenton. And what do the Marauders do? They put up a 3-spot. 3-0, your final. They absolutely dominated the game from start to finish. The player of the year contender, in my opinion, in the state, Matt Sobrero, he would get the scoring off a quick 3 kick in the 25th minute. And then once again, Philip Sayuro, he uses his speed, intercepts a pass, buries it past Brody Kaplan on Robbinsville, make it 2-0. And then in the second half, Lucas Santos, who's been phenomenal in the midfield, he intercepts another play, found the streaky Matt Sobrero. He scores his second of the contest to make it 3-0. And once again, guys, Simon Yanez has been unbelievable. 11 saves in that contest. And 2 statement wins to the Marauders. But, I mean, Simon Yanez, remarkable these 2 games, guys. Remarkable.
Yeah, I mean, he's allowed 0 goals. What is it, like the entire year pretty much? I don't know. If
340 minutes.
Yeah. We'll talk about the next game, which was a little bit easier than the Robbinsville and Kearney game, in our opinion. But Simon Yanez has been spectacular, and the whole team really. Like NJ Athletics just posted their players to watch. Matt Sobrero is definitely on it, and I believe one more person. I think it might be Philip or Lucas Santos. Someone else is on that list as well from our school, and that's just like, this is great for soccer. They're doing really well. They haven't maybe had the best seasons in years past, but now they're really making it happen.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. Especially, I mean, not giving up a goal yet is obviously great. That's what you want out of your keeper. But another, we should just put some highlight on Matt Sobrero. He's having a phenomenal season, as you said before. Another multi-point game, as we know, in the first game of the season, he had 2 goals. So he's just out there doing what he can, whether it's scoring contributing a lot to this Marauder team, and I think he's a big part of their success right now.
Yeah, we're going to talk about Matt Saburo just a little bit more because in their final matchup of the week, as Ben mentioned, they took on a Memorial squad who on paper, may be underwhelming for most of the folks out there. But you got to remember, ladies and gentlemen, they made noise in Hudson County last year. They won the national division. They went 15-5-1. Now they're in the Marauders division, in the American division. So it's going to be a tough task. But, I did the game with Christian Russell on camera. So let's take a look at those highlights right about now.
Hello everyone, welcome into Lincoln Park in downtown Jersey City. The site for tonight's Hudson County soccer matchup between the 1-0 Memorial Tigers and the 3-0 St. Peter's Prep Marauders. Again, he converted on a free kick in the win against Delbarton, so he went quick and fooled everybody. This time he's not going to go quick. He's going to wait. The four-man wall. Saburo with the shot. He scores! He does it again. Matt Saburo gets his 5th goal of the year, and it's 1-0. And then good play by Saliro on the intercept. Here comes Saliro. Saliro with speed. Do ball. Oh, he tried to get it to Saburo quickly, but he was playing the offside trap. Here's a ball to Santos. Santos 1-on-1. He scores! Lucas Santos on the feed from Matt Saburo, and it's 2-0 Marauders. Now he's backed up to the usual yardage. Saburo able to cross this one in the box. Saburo, header, scores! What a header that was by Joseph Salma to make it 3-0 Marauders. So Joseph Salma gets his first goal of the season, assisted by Matt Saburo. That's his 2nd assist. So a goal with 2 assists for Matt Saburo here in regulation time. Saburo looks for a lane. Saburo, good through ball there for Reed. Here comes Jaden Reed. Reed scores! Make that 3 assists for Saburo. 4th different goal scorer for the Marauders, with 6:49 left to go, and it's now 4-0. The Marauders going to go to 4-0 on the season. Another good effort here by the Marauders. 4 different goal scorers. Saburo with a 4-point effort, 1 goal, 3 assists. And that's going to do it. St. Peter's Prep takes it by a score of 4-0. Again, 4 different goal scorers by the Marauders. You got Saburo, you got Lucas Santos, Joseph Salma, and Jaden Reed. 4-0, your final score. The Marauders have now kept the shutout for 320 consecutive minutes. They're going to take on North Bergen on Monday evening.
So big win for our Marauders. 4-0. Again, we talked about Matt Saburo, guys. He's been, out of this world. 5 goals, 3 assists so far started this campaign. It's been unbelievable for his Marauders side. He did it all in that game against Memorial.
Yeah, that's crazy what he can do with those beautiful through balls, picking up interceptions, and being very good with his passing, with his shooting. Like what a strike from that free kick against Memorial. The goal, I don't know if the goalie had a chance, but it didn't. It could have looked like it, but if he didn't have a chance, then what a strike there. The whole team's been firing on all cylinders. I'm really excited to see how they're going to do this season.
Yeah, for sure. Coming off a pretty successful season last year, they're picking up right where they left off. It did end with a 1-0 loss to CBA, but the fact that it was only 1-0 was great. So they're picking up where they left off last season, firing, winning games, and just playing with a lot of heart.
So the Marauders, let's see where they end up in this week's top 20. They got a ton of action again this week. They got 4 games in total once again, 3 against Hudson County foes in North Bergen, Hudson Catholic, and Union City. So we wish our Marauders luck as they compete against their Hudson County opposition this week. All right, guys. Now we're cooking. Now we're cooking because it's time to talk about the football game in Delbarton We're going to talk about the scoring plays first, and then we'll dissect everything. So let's hit that music. So the Marauders head up to Morristown, New Jersey, to site with New York Giants legend Eli Manning in attendance to watch the Marauders. Prep offense goes on a 9-minute drive. They don't score early on, but luckily for the Marauders, wait, just score either tied at 0 at the end of 1. We got Mr. Ding Ding, ring the bell, Tyler Bell, find the track star Andres Perez for a 40-yard touchdown, and just like that, 6-0 Marauders in the second quarter. The Green Wave get a chance to hit it right before the half. The 33-yard field goal attempt by Will Kramer up to the left, no good. And for the third time in 4 games, the Marauders would have a tie or lead near half. But start the third quarter in style. Christian Zabrowski would find Philip Formar in stride, 53 yards for the touchdown to give Delbarton a 7-6 lead entering the fourth, where the offenses decide to pick it up. First, Mr. Ding Ding, ring the bell, Tyler Bell gets him from 6 yards out to make it 12-6 Marauders early on the quarter. Before who else, ladies and gentlemen, from Delbarton? EMC late, Ryan Copper gets the hole and takes it a distance of 44 yards to make it 13-12 Delby with a little less than 5 minutes to go. Marauders can't get long drives all game long. They would hit Pedro one more time. He marched down the field. The rookie, Tyler Barksdale, gets his first varsity touchdown, 15 seconds left out. The Marauders take the lead, 20-13. That's the two-point conversion from the freshman Jalen Ball, 52 round. Bar Nation going crazy. One more stop for the defense. What happens? The Barton right down the field. No timeouts. 60 yards. A couple scrambles by Christian Zabrowski. And on the final play of regulation, the Steams open up. Zabrowski ties the game on the 15-yard quarterback run right up the middle to force overtime. In the overtime session, they'll get the ball first. They're going to use the ground and pound game to their advantage. Capped off by another Trafford touchdown. This time from 5 yards out to make it 27-20. And then Prep gets the ball. First play completed to Dallas Reese. He fumbles it around the 5. Delby recovers. Ball game over. 27-20 your final. Guys, unbelievable. Like Prep had the game won.
Yeah.
We had the game. We had it.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
It sucks.
Man, that was a good game, too. You know, the Marauders had a good offense today. They had a good defense in the first half in particular. But the turning point of the game, as we talked about, you're up 20-13, less than a minute to go. Delby had no timeouts. And what happens? They go 60 yards. Quarterback runs to the left side to get out of bounds, stop the clock. Delby ties it, and they win it in overtime. Just unbelievable. What do you guys think? Ben, you go first.
Offense played a very complete game. I think the offense played their best game of the season. The defense.
I think both sides.
Yeah,
played the best
I think both sides played phenomenally, but the offense never really had much slowing down. They had a couple 3-and-outs, but those happen. They were able to efficiently march down the field and burn a lot of clock. Like 9-minute drives, something like that. That's great. Like some insanely long drives. They may not turn into touchdowns, but at least you're killing a lot of clock. Like, and that's great.
Ben, I got a stat for you that backs that up, because first downs, the Marauders doubled Delby in first downs, 22-11. So the Marauders were just eating clock all game long. They were pulling a Delbarton against us last year. That's what they're doing.
Yeah.
Couldn't get the job done. What do you think, Jackson?
I mean, like Ben said, probably the best game we've seen both sides of the ball. I really liked what I saw out of Tyler Bell this week. Seconds left and no timeouts. It just can't happen. But it can't be that easy for them to score a touchdown, tie the game. But I liked a lot what I saw out of them today. Not today, but in the game, and it gives me a lot of confidence for upcoming weeks, upcoming games.
Yeah, that turning point of the game. I mean, especially that last play of the game. Like, how do you not have nobody in the middle of the field to cover a possible quarterback sneak? It wasn't like a 40-yard Hail Mary, right? It was 15 yards. A run play was definitely on the table. I get you got to cover your receivers for throwing the end on the last play, but got to make sure at least someone's in the middle of the field. So I was very surprised to see the teams open up like that. That surprised me a lot. And again, the whole drive really surprised me because they let the quarterback scramble and get out of bounds. Like, you should be protecting the sidelines at that point, You're up 2013. If we would have won this game, guys, this would have been probably the turning point of the season, this game.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now it's like, we got to go back to the table now. Got to go back to the table.
Yep. Back to the drawing board. It was very, very well rounded. I like the game a lot, but the defense, you can't be doing that. Like, in the last minute, it should be game with no timeouts. I remember I was listening into the defense talking as the offense was on the field, and Coach Sean Borowski, he was telling the defense, this is what's going to happen. We're going to score. You guys are going to get a stop, and we're going to win the game. They scored, but they didn't get the stop. Like, you have to be able to make those stops.
Mm-hmm.
I think you say another turning point per se could be there just were some situations where you should have just kicked the field goal. You kick a few field goals, this game doesn't go to overtime.
And that's debatable. That's debatable. I mean, again, you're up a touchdown less than minutes ago. That's what you want, right? You're up a minute ago. Just get one stop and the game, right?
Yeah. I do know there was one play. There was one play that Delbarton had. I remember I was watching Jersey Sports Zone, and the guys and like the officials ruled it a touchdown, but the guy's knee was down before the ball crossed the plane. Like, looking at the angle.
We're now reviewing plays, so it's all semantics. So,
I reviewed the plays. But then
that's after the fact.
Okay. The way the game ended, though, that was just that
fumble.
No words.
You gotta protect the ball in that spot. But again, I can't blame Dallas. He had a good game. I want to talk about let's talk about the good things. Too many negatives. Let's talk about the good things. Let's talk about the good things. Let's talk about the offense, okay?
Oh, the offense actually ran, and they did well. They did amazing.
The offense did a spectacular job. Tyler Bell, 9 of 17, 163 yards. Good game there by the first-year signal caller. Dallas Reese, 4 receptions, 91 yards before that fumble, so he had a great day as well for the Marauders. But the big key for this Marauder offense, Jalen Klein, 32 carries, 194 yards, no touchdowns, but, I mean, guys, Speedy was a workhorse in this game, and he proved to be one of the top backs in New Jersey after this game, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's the battle of the running backs. Like,
we called it the pregame show, Ben. We called it.
Yeah, I know. We were talking about Trafford versus Klein. Yeah, Trafford got a touchdown. I'm going to say Klein won that battle. Like, he proved that he was a legit running back in New Jersey with that game. I mean, playing against the very, very good Green Wave defense, he was able to basically dismantle them. And, yeah, no touchdowns. But we got Tyler Barksdale with the touchdown in the end zone. Like, he was used at that. Like, yeah, it was a running back by committee, basically, on that last drive. It was like I think maybe Speedy needed a breather, but they put Tyler Barksdale in, and he answered the call perfectly fine. I think Speedy also would have gotten that touchdown. But he helped make that touchdown happen. I think that counts more. It's like an assist. I count it like an assist, especially on that drive.
Fair.
Like, yeah. It's like he played a key role in making that touchdown happen, even though he didn't score the touchdown. So he wins player of the game in my books. The defense played well, in my opinion. We'll talk about the defense. We'll talk about the defense later. But I think Tyler Bell made some very smart passes. There some decision-making, in my opinion, could have been a little bit better. But in the end, it was still a very good game from the offense.
I agree.
Yeah, I liked a lot from the offense. Jalen Klein, I mean, he's just proving time and time again why he is like the workhorse of this team, one of the top running backs in New Jersey. I want to see what he keeps doing going forward because he's doing a lot for them right now, and I don't see any stop in the near future. So.
Yeah, and Jalen Klein, that was his career high 32 carries. So I'm curious to see where this workload's going to be next week. That's a lot of carries. But in terms of the offense as a whole, I mean, they have 5 explosive plays, which is, that's usual for this Marauder team. But again, as we mentioned before, 22 first downs to 11 for Delby. I mean, this Marauder team usually is an up-tempo type offense, but offensive coordinator Ron Flair this week decided to go more with the conventional ground game, run the clock, chew the clock. And I like that approach. To me, with the way the offense is this year, I like the slow and steady, get your defense rested on the sideline, and then try to get some 7 points, and then, get your defense a lead. That's what happened for most of this game. So it was a good job by offensive coordinator Ryan Flair.
Yeah.
All right. Nothing much to say. So let's talk about the defense now. Switch gears. And again, I think, guys, this was the defense's best game as well. At the half, they only allowed 36 total yards. So they did a phenomenal job in that first half. Second half, the Barn adjusted. They got the ground game going in that second half. But overall, guys, despite Ryan Trafford only getting 110 yards, which I know people are saying only 110, like that's a lot. But listen, compared to Ryan Trafford last year against the Marauder team, that was a very solid performance against Ryan Trafford. He had a big 44-yard touchdown, so you knocked that off the board. That's pretty much a 50, 60-yard game out of Ryan Trafford. So that's a great job by the rush defense, Xavier Miles. You got Joe Asian, Santino Cortez-Gill, Sam Bartosek to transfer, Samad Bailey as well. Kyron Grayson had a couple good hits as well.
Marvell Davis.
Marvell Davis as well, right? The whole defense, played well. The secondary guys like Dante Copeland, I mentioned Kyron Grayson as well and company. They only allowed 77 total passing yards, 4 to 11 passing for Christian Zabrowski. Again, the one busted play was a 53-yard touchdown to Fulmar, which he was wide open. But besides that, again, only 2 explosive plays allowed total for his defense. So to me, my opinion, based on what we've seen from the defense these last couple of games, it was an A+ effort from the defense. A+.
Yeah. Yeah, I really like the defense. There were some very, very strong plays by the second
the last drive, of course.
Besides the last drive, we ignored the last drive. Unfortunately, that happened. And overtime. We also ignore overtime. It was a very, very solid game. I think they're going to have their hands full next week. We'll talk about next week as well. But rush defense gained some momentum. There's a lot of positives to look back on from this week.
It just sucks that they don't get a win out of it to do all the positive because I feel like each week this team's getting better, but it's just they're not getting that result. They're not getting it.
I mean, it's going to be really tough next week to get the result, and for the upcoming weeks, it's going to be very tough.
One week at a time, Ben, all right? We'll focus St. Joe's next week. Let's talk about St. Joe's next week again. The Super Football Conference in the United Red Division is easily the best division and all of high school sports, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And St. Joe's is number 2 ranked. They had a tough loss against St. Anthony's in New York. But when you think of St. Joe's, Ben, who's the one guy that you think of constantly? Who's the one guy?
Yassine Willis.
Yassine Willis. The man, the myth, the legend, the number 1 running back in the state. 282 yards of total offense so far this year, 4 touchdowns. But Ben, even though Yassine Willis is the main focal point of this offense, you cannot sleep on the DePaul transfer quarterback Patrick Grusser. He's been phenomenal so far. I think 6 touchdowns, no interceptions, about 400 yards of passing. He's been great. They also got a great wide receiver in cast, Jovan Williams, Nathan Bailey. On the defensive side, you got Jameer Joseph, who we saw last year. He could wreak havoc in the secondary for
3-star Jameer Joseph. I might add.
He could wreak havoc in the pass game, in the run game. He could do it all. He's phenomenal. He has 12 tackles, a forced fumble, a block kick, and an interception. So he's a turnover causer. That's for sure. It's a record.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be really tough. I think
it's gonna be tough for this Marauder team. It's gonna be tough, but
be really tough.
I want to see this Marauder team, keep improving each week because everyone makes the playoffs. Okay, everyone makes playoffs. It's all about getting hot at the right time. If you guys remember 2019, Don Bosco was 4-5 in the regular season. Okay? 4-5. They went all the way to the championship, and they were a block field goal away from beating Prep in that game.
Yeah.
So anything can happen once you get to the playoffs. So we'll see what happens this week. Kevin Connolly and Justin Pennick of the class of 2016 will be on the call for the Media Pro on the NFHS Network Friday night live from Caden Point. Ben and I will be at the game, right, Ben? You'll be there?
I hope. Maybe.
You better be there. The crowd needs you.
Official visit?
Yeah, it's okay. It's all right. Where are you going for official visit, Ben? Where are you going?
Delaware, University of Delaware.
So you're going to be tuning in. You're going to be tuning in.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I'm definitely tuning in, at least following on the updates on Instagram. SOT Marauders. Whichever lucky man, probably JB, gets
probably Jackson, as his phone is bugging out right now. So hopefully this game can lift a spark to the Marauder season because they need something to go right desperately. So hopefully this is the week that things should turn around for your St. Peter's Prep Marauders. All right. So now, Ben, that we talked about everything with soccer, talk about everything football, we got to talk about the rest of the program. So let's talk about the news of the week and the news of the week, Ben. You know we got sponsored for the news of the week. Did you know that?
We do.
It's sponsored by the State of the Marauder Sports Recorders Club. Hey, Sports Recorders Club. Yeah. So let's listen to this quick little ad from the State of the Marauder Sports Reporters Club.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ben Novosyolok, class of 2024, and I'm the president of the State of the Marauder Sports Reporters Club. If you're interested in sports media and prep athletics, this is the perfect club for you. Stay tuned for the morning announcements and activities fair once school begins for news on how to
join us every E-Day, Ben, right? Every E-Day from the Brown Center. We'll have the activities fair coming up this week. So if you're a student of prep, join the activities fair, get to know a little bit more from our officers. You'll be there, hopefully.
Yeah, I'll be there.
So here are the news of the week. This week's news of the week. The water polo team absolutely positively destroys Renato once again, back-to-back games against the school from New York City. The final score of that one, right on your screen right now, St. Peter's Prep 18, Renato 8. And in this contest, Nick Valenti with 9 goals, Alp Ayala with 4, Mike Florentino and Owen Meager with 2 each, Evan Markov with 16 saves. And Ben, believe it or not, the water polo team is now 2-0 on the season. How about that?
Yeah, how about that?
How about the water polo Marauders? Let's go.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
Yeah, great job. I'm really excited for them.
So they're now 2-0. They're going to take on Fieldston Friday afternoon at SPU. 4:30 starts. So if you wanted to do a doubleheader that day, I'm not going to do that probably because I don't want to risk not being at the game on time. But if you're interested in doing a doubleheader, I mean, go support our water polo guys. Go support them because they've done a fantastic job so far this year. In other news this week, we got the cross-country team going up to Ocean County Park and the junior class pulling out a victory in that one. I mean, great job again, as always, by our cross-country guys. You see there they are in dramatic fashion, get another trophy to add to their trophy collection. At the 5,000-meter run, Tommy O'Brien set a new personal best with a 15-minute, 52-second time. He comes in second overall. Aiden Prucher in fifth. Abraham went in 15th for the junior class. And the sophomore class, Ben, our guy Cheyenne Hurley, getting the second place for the time 16-24. Eli Farmer, Liam Teleska, 20 and 21st, respectively. And for the senior class, Ivan and Liam Rocks ends up 7th and 9th overall for the seniors. So, in the other cross-country event this week at the State Dock Invitational in Lincoln Park. In the 2-mile run, Harry Anderson, brother of our Vice President Charlie Anderson, Ben, he got 3rd place overall. Henry Gilfillan in 8th, Damon Nagy in 10th, Miles Fajardo in 13th, Caden Port in 14th, and Lucas Lynn in 17th for the freshman class. They will finish 2nd place overall at the St. Dom's Invitational. In the 5,000-meter run, Colin Rutledge will get 5th place overall, Danny Kramer in 6th, Peter Franco in 11th, and Dante Lamentia in 14th. As the varsity guys also finished in 2nd place overall, with Marcelo Garcia getting 16th place overall for the JV squad. So, for the cross-country guys, their next race is on Saturday as they head to Greystone Park for the McGee Memorial Classic. That's going to be an 8 a.m. start. So if you want to wake up bright and early, make sure you follow along for the cross-country team as they take on their next meet. So, in other news of the week, we got the St. Peter's Prep baseball team honoring head coach Pat Laguerre for his 400th win with a first annual golf outing. That's going to be Monday, October 16th from the Hendricks Field Club in Belleville, New Jersey. $200 registration fee. Includes golf, cart, lunch, dinner, open bar as well. That's a great opportunity to join. So if you're interested, make sure you email Joseph Haynes at jlhhaines@att.net. That's JLHAINES@att.net. Or you can Venmo him at Joseph-Haynes-13. So again, make sure you check that out as the baseball team is honoring head coach Pat Laguerre. In other news this week, we also got the wrestling team honoring 50 years, Ben. 50 years as a wrestling program. So that's fantastic to see. They had a beefsteak dinner. That's going to happen November 11th in the Old Keith Commons at St. Peter's Prep from 6 to 10 p.m. $75. And you can find that link on their Instagram page to register. So follow them at SPP Wrestling on Instagram to get all of that information to sign up today. Last but not least, you have the soccer team also doing their first annual beefsteak dinner on September 30th, 2023. So that's coming up in 2 weeks. So make sure to follow them at SPP Soccer and Tricky Tray as well. So the final thing on the docket, Ben, for the news, it's what's on the docket, right? We got a lot of action going on this week, including the last soccer we talked about, Ben. Look at the screen right there. You see, look at all that stuff. Wednesday, we might have the D1 Media Pro appearance in that one as they take on Hudson Catholic 7 p.m. Thursday, they're taking on non-public South B opponent, Noah Ullman. Okay. Unfortunately, we don't have any time or location for that matchup, so hopefully we'll get that in the beginning of the week. So make sure you follow at SOT Marauders for the game time and location. We mentioned Walpole taking on Fieldson on Friday, 4:30 start at SPU. The football team back in action. Their home opener, Marauder Nation, hopefully will go crazy for that one. Get the nation going as they take on number 2 St. Joe's Regional 7 p.m. at Caden Point. And on Saturday, we talked about cross country in the McGee Memorial Meet at 8 a.m. And then soccer, 9 a.m. Get your breakfast for that one. Taking on Union City at Caden Point. So that's going to do it for the news of the week. And Ben, we got one more thing to talk about. Do you know what that is?
Marauder of the week.
You're correct. The Marauder Player of the Week award. And do we have a sponsor for that, Ben? We got a sponsor?
Maybe.
We do got a sponsor. It's by the Chalk Talk Podcast. What is the Chalk Talk Podcast, you might ask? Well, we got the 2 guys who talk about the Chalk Talk Podcast. So let's get to listen to them and see what it's all about.
I'm Ignacio Mara alongside Jackson Briamonte. And, we're just here to promote an advertisement. Jackson, would you like to explain what the advertisement is? Yeah, so we're here promoting our podcast, Chalk Talk Podcast. You can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you can find your podcasts. We also have socials such as Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. You want to follow those for additional content along with the podcast. Challenge videos, trivia videos, all that good stuff. We're just two friends that talk sports. We have interviews, cover the latest news, do hot takes, just all the good stuff in the sports world, getting it out there for you guys to listen and enjoy.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're just debating, hot takes, all that, and we'll be covering some Marauder sports this year too. So just check us out. We're on TikTok, Instagram, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. Chalk Talk Podcast. Enjoy the rest of your event. Chalk Talk out.
Make sure you follow them on social media at Chalk Talk _podcast to get the latest on their sports discussions. So, Ben, we had 4 great candidates for the award last week. 4 great candidates, including Philip Celero, the amazing freshman, had another great week this week as well. Junior cross-country athlete Aiden Future, football running back Jalen Klein, and sophomore water polo attacker Ben Lucas. So, Ben, it's time to reveal the winner of this week's this week's award. So let's get a drum roll, please. All right. With 39% of the vote, the winner of this week's Marauder Player of the Week award goes to Ben Lucas of water polo. Congratulations to Ben. 4-goal effort in his first game in water polo got him the victory. And let's talk about now the 4 nominees for next week's Marauder Player of the Week award. So as we talked about, from the soccer team, the junior goalkeeper, Simon Yanez. From the cross-country team, this guy set a personal best, Junior Tommy O'Brien. From the football team, again, a guy had almost 200 yards on the ground. The one and only Speedy Jalen Klein. And last but not least, with a 9-goal effort against Riverdale, senior Nick Valenti. So, again, make sure you vote for who you think should be this week's Marauder Player of the Week award. Voting will go until Saturday, September 23rd, at 11:59 p.m. Again, you can vote on the app, which is linked on our social media profile at SOT Murders. Again, make sure you vote for who you think should be this week's Marauder Player of the Week award. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for another episode of the State of the Marauders podcast. Again, I want to thank Ben Novosyolok, Jackson Briamonte for coming on this week's episode. And I want to thank you all for listening to our podcast each and every week. We really appreciate it. Hopefully, Ben, next week we could talk about a football win.
Yeah.
And I want to see victories for everybody. I want to see cross-country get victories. I want to see water polo get a victory. The soccer get all those victories. I want a winning week next week. That's my expectation. Winning week.
Yeah.
So, I want to thank you all once again. I'm Renato Rodrigues. And as always, let's go. Prep.